What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Breakdown Automotive. Today I am here with Nick from the Tech Channel. So, for those of you who don't know,
I should drive now.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, the Breakdown is composed of quite a few components. We have the automotive channel and section that I run, and Nick does the behind the scenes, and then we have there was a lime green Honda Civic and it really threw me off. And then we have well, technically that's true. Then we have the tech side of the Breakdown, which Nick takes care of, and I kind of do some stuff behind the scenes. Don't know what, but some stuff. But pretty much, I am joined by Nick today for a Q&A. I thought this would be a different video. We are traveling down from Cleveland. We live near Knoxville, Tennessee, and we are up in Cleveland right now for the Corsa America Rally and a car show. Then right now we are on our way leaving Cleveland to Columbus, and then from Columbus we're going to Indianapolis, but that's a different story that you can see on the vlog down below. But anyway, we are driving to Cleveland right now. We have about 2 hours left, and I thought I would do a Q&A. So Nick and I are going to answer some questions that I have right here.
It's also worth noting that I've not seen any of these questions, so I have no clue what I'm about to be asked.
So, let's go ahead and jump in, but before we do, if you guys like automotive content, go ahead and subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel, and like the video. But let's start with the first question, mainly related to car content. What car have we reviewed that has surprised you the most?
I'm trying to think. I would probably, and I know you're going to say this too, and that's the thing. I was trying to think of one other than this one, but I really do think it's the Challenger. And see, here's the thing though, I don't experience most of these cars. The Porsche, I didn't really get to see the inside of it. I didn't get to ride in it. I didn't get to do any of that. It's fine. That's not my job here. But I might have liked that one more had I been in it and been able to experience it. I like the looks of the Porsche more, but as far as the one that surprised me the most, like the one that I said, saw and went, really? That's that good? Was the Challenger. That thing was really good.
I'm going to take this in a different direction. The car that surprised me the most was actually the Jeep, the 2018 Jeep XJ. And the reason for that is it was so much worse than I expected. And I know there are a lot of Jeep fans out there, but I don't understand why you would want that. I don't. $50,000 for a car that is that cheaply put together, brand new. I just don't get it. So that was my biggest surprise. I knew I was going to like the Porsche. I had a feeling I would like the Challenger. I liked it more than I thought, but the one that surprised me the most was the Jeep, because I hated it. So, next up, what has been your scariest moment in a car? Driving, being a passenger?
Blowing all 4 of my tires at 135. Patrick says I didn't blow off 4, which is technically true. 2 of them blew, but the back ones were stripped so close to blowing that literally the tire guy called me and went, yeah, we need to replace all 4 of them because the back ones are basically blown too. So that was my scariest moment, going 135 in this car, now wearing right now, and blowing my front 2 tires, and then all but almost blowing my rear 2 tires. The car handled it really well. We didn't spin, we didn't do anything like that, but that was the scariest moment of like, I could have wrecked. Now, the scariest moment ever, as far as like actually wrecking, I had a Chevy S10. Patrick will put a picture of it on the screen right now, of it wrecked, and that happened. That's the scariest moment. I mean, I flipped that truck. It was pouring down rain. I had just gotten my license, flipped that truck, and hit my head on the roof and blacked out. So I literally don't remember. The last thing I remember looking at was seeing the sky and then waking up. So, yeah, that was the scariest moment.
My scariest moment was we had just left lunch. We were with another friend, and I got into the back of the 7 Series. Now, I had had a few drinks at this point, and Nick decided he was going to go up to an empty road and try to drift the 750 Li. And me being slightly tipsy, it did not end well for me. I did not enjoy that. I don't have any footage of that, but it was pretty terrifying. I've never wrecked. I've been in one wreck, but it wasn't really scary. So that's probably my scariest moment, aside from you blowing the tires.
Yeah, he was with me.
So next question, number 3. What would you change about my car?
I would beat the shit out of your car. Not like beat it up, but like we would take it every fucking where. We take this car every fucking where right now. It's got 98,235 miles. By the time we're done with literally what the GPS says, it will have 98,335 miles on it. 100 miles left on this drive. I would take the Range Rover everywhere. Now I understand it's going to take more gas money, but the thing is, it's so much more utilitarian. Because when we're out and about and we're in traffic, you can't see anything in this car. There have been so many times where we're like, what is going on up there? What's going on? And I have to do everybody who's ever driven a little car knows this thing. You do that little peek out. You get in the shoulder and you're like peeking out. You're like, what is going on? And then you can't see anything. And I think that would be cool about the Range Rover. It'd also be cool to take stuff everywhere. Now,
something I think you're forgetting about, though, is the fact that last year I drove it 12,000 miles and spent $9,000.
And see, that's true. That's true. Now, as far as aesthetically about Patrick's car, though, see, that's the reason I went with that, because I wouldn't change anything about that car. And I'm not saying that to be nice, right? There are cars out there that I would change, but I feel like the one that Patrick has is like the perfect spec of the Range Rover L322. It's got everything about that car that was great, and I wouldn't want to mess with that. I really wouldn't. I might restore it a little more, it's been driven 115,000 miles, maybe get a paint correction or something, but other than that, it's the perfect example of that car, and I think doing anything to it is ruining that breed of it. But one of the things, I wish we could just drive it more, and that's why we don't drive it. The maintenance costs are a lot higher than this thing, but I would drive that would be the one thing. If I could change anything and say, if we could drive that car, I would change the mileage on it so we could drive it, 50,000 miles without worrying about it and just be able to enjoy that Range Rover for what it is. Because we really haven't been able to do that because of all the miles and stuff or the maintenance costs that putting so many miles on that car would do.
That was a very long answer. That was a 3-minute answer.
So what would you change about my car, though?
So I tried thinking about this the other day. I love the color. I think it has the best color I've ever seen on a 4 Series, aside from the brighter blue. But non-M car, I think this has the best color. It's a really pretty color. I love the wheels. What would I change? I'd make it louder. Yeah, I really would. I would make it louder. I would either decat it or put an exhaust on it. And that's pretty much it. It's a great car. It's just sometimes for a sports car, it's a little too quiet for me. In fact, I've even thought about putting an exhaust system on the Rover, which would be really funny, but they sound really good. It has a 5-liter V8 in it. But that would probably throw another check engine light, so I'm not going to do that.
That would be funny. I would want to take the Range Rover to car shows at that point, just so we could pull in and yeah. Where's that coming from? That's a Range Rover.
And stock, it actually sounds okay. It's just the supercharged one sounds better, but it needs to be louder. So number 4, what would you change about your own car?
Okay, good. I'm glad this was here because there was a lot of stuff I was thinking about. Okay, so what I would do is I would take and do a complete paint correction on the exterior and then do a clear wrap. I would take the wheels, get those restored the best I could. See, I've scratched the crap out of those wheels. That's what 50K on a car for me driving it does, plus 50K before that. So scratch the crap out of the wheels. I'd do a complete interior cleanup. But here's what's interesting. On the interior, I might go about kind of redoing some stuff on the interior. I've seen them switch out of seats, right? So you can take the seats in this car and switch them out. And I've always thought this car would look really good. Black front seats, white back seats, white doors, right? So you just switch the seats that we're sitting in to black. And I think that would look really cool with the car. I think that would look really cool. Patrick doesn't.
More of them at one thing. In my opinion, you have a tan interior.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can see that it. I don't know. I want to get it completely cleaned up because it's going to change colors, and it probably is tan though.
As far as what I would change about my own car, though, I would change the headliner. Now, one of the things they did with the L405 is with the black interiors, you had the option for the black headliner. My car didn't have that in 2011 for the L322. I would get a black headliner. I understand that the gray contrast headliner is what they were going for. I think it looks ugly. I think it looks cheap. So I would put a black headliner in the Range Rover. And that's the only. I might change the wheels to gloss black, but the L322 looks a little weird with black wheels. So next question is more of a YouTube related question, more of what we do full time. What is the biggest compromise that we have to make to do YouTube and car shows and all of this stuff full time?
Life. I mean, like, it literally is, you know, I mean, like, I was telling Patrick about this right before we started recording. So this week, we're gone until Monday. We'll get back on Monday, late Monday. The tech channel that I run is recorded through Monday. So we're good. We're going to have a video go up every day from now until Monday. But Tuesday, when I would probably want to rest, having slept, you know, probably a total of 8 hours across the past 36 hours after we get home, I would love to sleep, but I can't because I have to record a week's worth of content in order to get ahead again and make sure that we're going to be good and edit, upload, do all that stuff. I mean, literally, it's go, 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 go. And that's one of the things. Sometimes, too, I wish that when we're on this go, 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 there was more time to sit back and enjoy it, right? Because tonight, I have to upload some videos. Patrick has to edit a video when we're in Indianapolis. And, you know, both of us would love to just kind of get out and explore the city, but we can't do that. Because if we do that, you know, we got to make money, right? So we've got to do this. You know, that is probably my biggest, you know, drawback.
Good Lord, your answers are long. Like, God damn. So for me, I think the biggest compromise of doing YouTube full time and trying to get content and get everything out is missing out on life events. Now, we're going to go to Indianapolis and we're going to go out tonight and we're going to go out tomorrow and we're going to spend most of the day tomorrow in Indianapolis. So for me, it's not as much as that we're going to these places and not getting to see them. We are getting to see them somewhat, enough for me, but you do miss out on a lot of family stuff and friends and stuff like that. For example, this weekend was my sister's college graduation. I completely missed it because we were coming up to Columbus. It's not a big deal. I hate graduations, so it's not a big deal to me. I don't know that I would have gone if I was home, but it is something, there was no choice. So that's probably the biggest, for me, compromise. So question number 6, what car would you take on a rally? We just left the Corsa America rally, and we've talked a little bit about this, but what car would you take on a 3,000 mile trip?
So
a 4 Series?
Not a 4 Series, not an M4. If you're going to take a 4 Series, hopefully you take the M4. But, and there were actually some M3s on that rally, but I would take a BMW, so there is that, Alpina B7. And, you know, that's not a supercar, I get that.
They have to fit in parking spots.
I know, but the thing is about that is you've got the V12 under it, and it's just going to be a balling car while still being able to be practical and carry stuff. And see, the thing that I have too, both Patrick and I would go. So if he could take a supercar, I could take the B7, and I could carry all the gear, and he could, you know, drive the supercar. So
could we switch?
That's fine.
I would honestly probably take a wrapped Lamborghini Murcielago with custom decals all over it. I mean, spec'd the fuck out. I like the Aventador, and it's probably a much more practical car to take as opposed to the older Murcielago. But I like the LP640, so I would take that. 3,000 miles, I might regret it, but the B7 can tow.
Yeah, that's true. It could.
So the last question, which of course, this is the one Nick did come up with, the one Nick knows, and this was more of a question for me, but we're going to get his answer first. If you had to buy a used BMW out of warranty, or you had to pay for all of the maintenance and all of the repairs, what would you buy?
Okay, so am I going first on this one? Okay, so what I would do is I would buy a BMW 740 Li, because you got the inline 6. You do still have some BMW maintenance issues, like 7 Series maintenance issues, right? Your headlights are the same and all that stuff. All of your electronics are the same. But overall, the engine is by far the biggest issue that 7 Series have. When I bought the 750, my engine was going bad. I didn't know that at the time. I wasn't educated about cars enough to know that really, but it was the case. So I would buy the 740 Li 6-cylinder. I might get X-Drive just because, but overall, that's what I go with.
Can I choose a car that has a BMW engine? No? Okay. Okay, they have to have the electronics too. Alright. I actually don't know. I like BMWs enough to appreciate them, but I wouldn't own one. So I guess if I had to own one out of warranty, I'd get an orange E90 M3. That's what I'd get.
Really?
Or a 2008 M6.
It's a good choice.
It's a stupid choice.
It's fair.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more automotive content like this. And we will see you guys in the next video, which I don't know if it will be a car review or if it will be more of the supercar spotting challenge. Nick is making hand gestures. I can make one too. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.